Welcome to Subramani. I wrote an article few years ago, to be very precise, about 6 years ago, and that was on basics of wealth. So I thought it is easier for me to read it from there than try to reinvent the wheel. It has some 14 points or 13 points, so I'd rather let me tell you exactly. Yeah, it has 12 points. So I'm going to almost read it from there. So, first of all, if you wish to accumulate wealth, it's optional. Not everybody needs to accumulate wealth. If you have enough money for the rest of your life, for your retirement, and to see through you till maybe the age of 90 or 95, that's fine. You don't need to accumulate wealth. There is absolutely no compulsion that everybody must accumulate wealth and leave it for their children or things like that. Some people will do, most of us will do, but it is not compulsory. For some people, it is just incidental the way they live. So, largely, at least at the initial stage, your wealth creation process includes a lot of sacrifice. You will have to give up things that you think you need, but it may just be a passing phase, because if you do not do that, you will end up spending much more than what you wish to. You will have lesser amount of money to compound. Nothing right or wrong, like I said, not passing a value judgment, but initially the capital required for creating wealth comes from sacrifice. So somebody has to sacrifice. Maybe your grandfather did, maybe your father did, maybe you did, maybe your grandchildren won't have to do, whatever, but somebody has to make those sacrifices so that there is enough money available for you to be able to compound. Without a good base, you can't compound. Zero doesn't compound. To compound, you need money. Obviously, 1 compounds, 100 compounds, 10,000 compounds, 10 lakh compounds better, right? So that initial capital largely has to come from giving up some something which you like to do and something which you or like to spend on, because if you spend on those things, suddenly you will find that you don't have enough money, but you have a lot of things with which you don't know what to do, because when you bought it, it was just a passing phase. So there is a price for everything, but the question is, did you derive value from it? You bought something and you used it extensively, you liked it, maybe it's a shoe, maybe it's a dress, maybe it's an investment, doesn't matter. If everything has a price, the question is, are you able to derive value from it? So first, yes, it involves some sacrifice. If somebody in your family, you, your spouse or your children or whoever is somebody whom you can't control, shows off the wealth or incurs expenses largely, generally to show off, then the journey becomes far more difficult. You will not be able to do the journey too well. So this fight between earning, spending, investing, saving, it's a constant fight. It is nice if all of you in the family think similarly. If somebody wants to spend and somebody wants to invest, there will be conflict. So you will then end up with a lot of things but not enough money to compound, and therefore the wealth creation process will get delayed. It will happen for all of us. Anybody who is saving more than what they are earning and investing it wisely will create wealth. The question is how quickly or how much, right? That's all the question is. There is no question of people not creating wealth. You also have to remember that the wealth creation process does not happen by buying a share and selling a share. It is a process. You have to know how much money you need, how much you're spending, how much you're investing, and why just buying and selling shares is just trading. It's a part of the process, if at all. You have to generate wealth, you have to protect wealth, you have to ensure that everybody in the house, for example, has adequate medical insurance. Recently, I've spoken about this also in my video. I saw a friend being stuck with a 80 lakh rupee bill because of some liver failure which was impacting the liver and the kidney. So hospitalization to and fro. None of us are prepared for an 80 lakh reimbursement. Yes, do you have enough cash flow to pay for it so that you can recover it tomorrow is one question you can ask. Will we ever have that much of medical insurance? I doubt whether I have. I have maybe 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs. I don't have 80 lakhs. Yes, but I have enough other shares from where I can pay that. But for somebody who does not have that backup in terms of investments, it's going to be difficult. So initially, at least, it is absolutely necessary that you take adequate health and life insurance, because if you are not there, then the whole process will surely get derailed. If you use wealth as a scorecard for success, and therefore you need the latest car, the latest mobile, the latest dress, the latest vacation in the most expensive place, all this is sustainable after you have created a huge wealth. But initially all these are impediments to your growth, right? So buying a 50 lakh rupee car instead of a 20 lakh rupee car is taking away 30 lakhs from your compounding. Actually it could be taking away more than 30 lakhs, because if you borrowed this money from the bank, there's a good chance that you will end up paying some 38, 39 lakhs, maybe around 40 lakhs. So that's an extra 10 lakhs gone. None of this matters after you have created a wealth of 100 crores or 50 crores. But till you reach that 4-5 crore figure, any expense is going to hurt, right? If you are creating wealth for your own consumption, then don't bother too much. You have to have enough to sustain yourself till your age of 95 or maybe 92. But your children will have to know what are your preferences, what you want, where you wish to stay in your old age, right? All those things have to be provided for while talking of wealth, because wealth can be completely destroyed by some hospitalization or long-term care requirements. So be careful about that. See how much of it is worth insuring, because it's not a question of whether there is insurance. The question is whether it is worth insuring. Do a detailed study before you before you commit to that. But all these are the impediments also which will happen. Invest a lot in your own health, because if you see Buffett, what people forget is it's 80 years of compounding. If he's 91 years of age and he started at the age of 11, you're talking of 80 years of compounding. None of us get that. Very, very few of us. Because by the time you know there is something called compounding and you have to do it, you should be in your 30s. So maximum what we will all get is about 45-50 years, which is again amazingly good, but nowhere near 80 years of Buffett, right? Even if you have accumulated smallish, not very big money, let's say 3 crores, 4 crores, 5 crores, and you think there is going to be an intergenerational shift, or there are inter-caste marriages, inter-race marriages in your house, and you think some of them could break. You think there are some love marriages which could break. You think there are some arranged marriages which could break. Payment of alimony and things like that can be very hurtful. So at this stage, for whatever reasons, if you think there can be somebody coming into your house, same religion, same caste, different religion, different country, does not really matter. Be very careful about your wealth documentation, because you don't want to lose a lot of money to alimony payments, right? So find out how you can keep it, what you can do, what you can protect, right? All this whole process, dull and boring that it is all a part of creating wealth for yourself in the future. Thank you.